I was thinking about Snow White and the Huntsman, and I was thinking about how it must suck for other actors and actresses when they get hooked up in a Kristen Stewart movie. They're like, oh crap, this is gonna suck. What's going on, boys and girls? Ladies and gentlemen, it's Chuck, also known as AskACapper, and I wanted to bring you a gameplay. Me running around with a gun for once. Yes, I know. I'm not running around with my riot shield. And this is me using the M60 as an ode to my father because he rocked that gun in Vietnam, so I'm running it right now. This isn't a great gameplay. I'm going to do a lot of camping, but that's the way I roll. And so what I want to talk about today was something I was kind of thinking about. I was helping one of my dear friends the other day. We were talking about goals and how to set them and how to kind of like achieve things in life. And that's sometimes, I know, very difficult because we have these goals in our minds. And I was relating to her that the most important thing that I've ever found is that you break your goals, like your long-term goals, into smaller, more reachable steps to reach that main goal that you have in the future. And that's something that is important to always do. And the reason I was relating to her why that's important to do is because as you make progress towards your big goal that you have in life, you also see yourself making those little steps along the way. Yes, I said I take steps. Haha, yes. Handicap joke. It's a quality one. But do you see yourself making those little steps, though? That helps you to kind of gauge how you're doing in achieving your overall major life goal. And also it helps you to like not get tired out or like give up and say, I'm just not making any progress. So I thought it was a good thing to talk about in relation to YouTube and things like that, because I know many of you guys out there are trying to become partners and trying to get your gameplay noticed, and the little goals along the way are going to be things that, not giving up in creating content on a regular basis. And regularity is key for YouTube, and if you're trying to get into gameplay commentary. And then also it's trying to invent new ideas for your channel and for content and things like that. And because everybody does gameplay commentaries nowadays, but it's like, are you doing something different that people are going to say, oh, that's unique, that's interesting, that's from a different angle, that's something I never thought of, or that's really funny, and it's funny from a new angle, not all the funny that's out there. So just some things that I was thinking about that, like, as you try and develop your channel or as you're trying to do other things in life, setting goals is always important. And it's good to do to set those little stages, those little steps in between, because that'll help you not get discouraged. And so, yeah, so keep that in mind. It's kind of like what helps me in my life as I set goals for myself, things I want to do. And watch, I'm about to get showed up. Yeah, I got stuck and blown back. It's a bummer. So some things I've been working on, like things that I was thinking about with goals for myself. The petition's been doing great. It always is something that always does well because as more signatures come in, I sort of reach goals that I set. For me it was 10,000 signatures and reaching 50,000. Now when I reach 100,000, that'll be another goal. And seeing developers respond, Borderlands, Aliens, and Portal 2 and those kind of games getting remapping is an awesome thing. And it's a direct result of you guys being awesome and supporting it and sharing the petition, so thank you. Another goal of mine is doing more dual commentaries. If you guys don't know what those are, it's a series that I did about a year ago where I banged out a few high-profile YouTube people and did commentaries with them, but I took snippets of their audio and spliced it together. And Xbox Ahoy actually just mentioned me in one of his videos on his Ahoy Xbox channel. I'll put a link to that down below. You should definitely check it out because I just love that people actually thought, I did such a good job, and I'm pretty proud of myself on the commentaries. I think they're pretty legit, that people actually think they're real, which is exactly what I was going for. And they don't sound like they've been spliced from audio sources because they take a lot of work. That's the whole key behind it. But the thing that if I want to do some more of them, and I have a few people in mind, but I got to think of angles because I just don't want to turn everybody gay, because I did that with Woody, of course, and his is awesome too. But you can just turn anybody gay with comments that they make. But I want it to always be something a little different, like Xbox Ahoy, why were you leaving YouTube? Because you had a drug and alcohol problem. Okay. K-Pops was a little on a different angle, like the one 60-second part. If you haven't listened to it, it's pretty awesome. That it took me like all day to make, just a 60-second snippet of it. But the point was, I was going to do it from a different angle, not just turn K-pop into a lesbian, which is an awesome thought anyway. Yeah. So those are some goals that I have in relation to doing more dual commentaries and other things that I'm working on in my life. I have little goals, little steps along the way that will get me there. So that's what I'm doing. So down below, if you want to like leave me some of your goals, like what are things you're working on in your life and what are some of the steps to get you there? Because that will help you as you make progress in life, as you reach certain plateaus, you're going to say, hey, I'm here. Maybe I missed a step along the way, or maybe I need to set new goals in relation to getting this bigger goal that I have in the future. So, and that will help with YouTube, your YouTube careers, if that's something you're doing, or just if you're doing other things with your life. Wow, this is an inspirational commentary from AskACapper. I tried to mix in the lulls and be some of the funnies, but I'm not always that way. I like to get serious. I just thought it was a good topic because I found it encouraging. I just loved this spot because people were just running by me like crazy. And this game, I put this up just because it was one of those games where I was just like, there's a bunch of weird random stuff happening, and I liked that people just kept running by me while I laid down. I was like, that's so funny. It was great. But I didn't even come in first, second, or third. But I got more kills than I died, so I'm happy when I'm doing that way in free-for-all. That's always good. So thanks, guys, for listening to this. I hope it helps. Be awesome, game on, gamers. And as always, Reese's Pieces in my creases.
Sign the petition and together we can shout. Only use his face. Wants to play games like Crisis, but he can't.